Hi guys, welcome back. On the basis of my previous video, which is related to automatic payment program and DME, someone asked me one scenario questions, and I think it is also very much valid point in interview. This type of questions are also expected. So in this video, we are going to understand how partial payment we can include in this automatic payment program or through F110. If your business is asking that, can we include this part payment through the APP program? So straight answer, no. So it is not possible in a normal way because the standard design F110 pays the complete open item, but it is possible with some additional settings. It is possible. That means through APP, we can also go for partial payment. Normally, we are doing partial payment through F-53 or through Fiori applications, but through APP also we can include this automatic payment program. So before we will try this one in the system, let's take one use case. Now assume that one company, ABC Electrical Limited, they have multiple invoices and they have one invoice, let's say 1 lakh. Now, what is the accounting entry? So obviously it's procurement. So normal invoice they have. So they have, let's say, if it is any expense, so expense is going to debit or vendor is going to credit, or if it is related to procurement, so GRR debit and your vendor is credit. So we have couple of open items are there related to our multiple supplier. Now, as here open item related to one particular supplier, that is 1 lakh. Now, in this case, due to some cash flow constraint, now management decided that they will pay only part payment. Means, let's say they are going to pay 60,000 this month and the remaining 40,000 they are going to pay maybe next month or later. Now, if we are going to run the F110 in a normal way, then system is going to include here that 1 lakh because this item is already due or it is overdue. But business, they don't have enough fund or they don't want to make the full payment this month. So in this case, to prevent this, first step is, it is important, you have to block the original invoice. So you can see this step number 1, block the original invoice, means whatever the open item you have. In this example, let's say 100K or 1 lakh. So first block it so that when we are going to run the payment program, so system is not going to include this particular item for the payment point of view. Now, whatever amount we are going to pay, in this example, suppose let's say 60,000. For this 60,000, we have to request or we have to go for a payment request. So that is my step number 2. Create one payment request. Use the transaction code F-59, and here we are going to pay. In this example, suppose 60,000, and we are going to use the indicator here, that is P, special GL indicator P. And here we are going to use a payment method, that is T. This payment request will be against your original payment. So that means while processing that F-59, we have to give the reference of your original invoice, because system should decide that which invoice or against which invoice this part payment we are going to do. One thing here you have to remember that this payment request is a noted item. So it is not any accounting entry. It is just a noted item. So it is not going to create any financial accounting entry. Its purpose is simply just to instruct our APP program to make a payment for this specified amount, example 60,000 in this case. After this, when you are going to run FBL1N, you are going to have 2 line items. One will be your normal item, that is in this case suppose 1 lakh, and additional item you are going to get here, that is for the 60,000 against your special GL indicator, that will be P. With this, it's confirmed that the payment request has been created successfully in the system, so that in future when we are going to run the APP, this 60,000 is going to include in our APP run, and already 1 lakh already we blocked, so that payment will not be there in the payment list. Now I'm in the system, so let's verify that how many open items are there for this particular supplier. So I'm going to execute. For reference, I'm going to take here the company code E100 for my demonstration. And you can see here 2 open items are there. 1 lakh, that is one just example theory presentation point of view I was using, but this is the actual data here. So from 2 different suppliers, 83 and 10041, we have multiple open items are there. So randomly, I'm going to pick one item, and against that, I'm going to make the payment. Suppose this 4793.85. This is my payable amount, full payment amount. Now out of that, let's say I'm going to create one payment request for 3,000. And this second item, I'm going to make the full payment. So for that, first we have to go for first block it. This one first block it because we don't want to make the payment. So go to your line item and add here the payment block option. So we don't want to include this one in the automatic payment program. So add the block option here, block for payment. Only just block that line item, don't block supplier. Otherwise, any of the item for that supplier will not be included here. So I've just included here block option for this particular item. Now I need to process one payment request for this. So F-59. Okay, so add here the document number. So document number is 51004. So against this invoice, I'm going to request one payment. So 51004. Okay, and enter. Now how much amount we are going to pay? So we are, and you can see here special GL indicator is P. Okay, so continue, and the full amount is 4793.85, but we are going to pay only 3000. So I just entered here 3000 and post it. Now you will find that against this particular supplier, you are going to have two items. So I'm going to refresh, but I need to select here the noted item because it's just noted item. So I selected here noted item and execute. So you can see two items is there. So this one is noted item and with that indicator is P, and the other one is a normal item. So this item we are going to include in our APP program, and this one system should not include, and that is why already we blocked. So after that, a normal process. So we are going to include our next we are going to execute F110. Okay, so here as usual you are going to take the run date. So I'm going to take here, let's say 24th June 2026. Take anything here, identification point of view. Let's say I just entered here 4100. So first step is your parameter. Okay, I'm not doing this one detail. Already in my previous video, I already explained that one in detail. You can go through that one if you want to understand more about the automatic payment program. So here I'm going to include the company code. You can also include multiple company code. Then make sure that payment method should be there. And one more thing here, you have to make sure that a payment method should be included here for this noted item. Okay, so I'm going to add here against that 3000. So I'm going to add here the payment method, whatever you are using. I'm using T here. Okay, and accordingly we are also going to generate a DME file for these two items. So I have just included here the required payment method and execute the APP with payment method. So I will select here the payment method, and that is T. Okay, then next posting date, take something here. Then select here the supplier. I'm just going to select all suppliers, whatever it is there in this company code. Also maintain the additional log and save. So first step completed, parameter saved. Next we have to include then we are going to execute the proposal. So check the proposal. So what we will expect here after this proposal execution, the full amount should not be included in the proposal, means it should not be accepted. Partial payment 3000 should be there, and for other supplier the full amount should be there. So let me execute the proposal, start immediately and execute. As proposal completed, now let's verify the proposal. So check here the proposal. So in this proposal, you can see here there's 83 two lines are there. The first one, if we'll check XYZ Limited, which is selected, which is there in the red indicator. So I just pick the first item, that is red indicator, and this should be the full amount 479385. As we blocked this one, so that in our payment proposal this should not be included, and you can see it is there in the red. And the accepted one for the same supplier 83, this should be for 3000. So this should be for 3000. So this one we are going to make the payment. So in bank you will find this 3000 will be there, not the full amount. Okay, then other one is our second supplier where we are going to make the full payment, that is 532650, which is my other item. Perfect. So up to proposal there is no issue. And next go for payment run. So go for the payment run. And also I'm activating here the DME. So we'll see that file to execute. Okay, so posting orders 2 generated, 2 completed. Now simultaneously let's download the DME too. Now let's check that DME file. So I just entered here the company code E100 and execute. And here 1200 is there, that is related to old data. You may ignore it. You can see the date is also very old one, just ignore it. And this one is our execution date 24th June and 8326.50. So how it is 8326.50. Check here what is the payable item we are paying. 5326.50. This supplier is full amount and this one is 3000. So 8326.50, which is there in your DME also. But let's download it so that we will see properly this one, and then we will match with our payment also. So let's download it. So check the payment. So payment list should be the same for 8000. So it is your one supplier is 3000. One supplier is 3000, second one is 5326.50, and let's open that DME file too. Okay, so here it is. Now match. So initial things will be there. ABC India Limited is the company code details. So it is processed by me. Then Swift code is not there. So that's why it's showing not provided. Okay. And we will verify here that the payment. So one supplier here, that is supplier number XYZ Limited, supplier number XYZ Limited here. This is the supplier address, Salt Lake 45 Salt Lake, and the bank details. So check here the bank details. So SBIN 0011569. SBI 56 this one 11569, and how much we are paying here, that part payment, not the full payment, that part payment we are paying, that is 3000. Okay, and the second supplier we are going to pay full amount, that is related to business partner 1, and this is the address 11 Okla. So here it is, the second one. So yeah, business partner 11 Okla, and payable amount is 5326.50, and this is your payable bank account 1007896. So here it is full payment. So it is matching with our payment list, and this file will be sent to the bank, and here we are going to pay 3000 or the part payment. So that means in a normal, although it is not possible, but in this way, by generating a payment request in the APP also, we can also include this part payment too. Now let's see the supplier line items. So here if I'm going to refresh, so as it is a part payment, we know that till the time the full payment is not done, it should be there in the open status. The other supplier cleared, but this amount is still showing in the open status, and that is the net payable. So out of 4793.85, we paid 3000. It's a payment document only. So we paid the part payment, and the remaining amount will be paid next month. So next month, when you are going to include this one in the APP, so make sure that you have to unblock it, otherwise system is not going to consider it. So if you are going to summarize the entire process, so first we are going to block the invoice which we are not going to pay. Then after that, we found that we have the open items are there. So then we have executed one payment request F-59, and there we are going to add the payment method. Then after that, we have executed the APP, and in this APP execution, we have not done separately anything. So automatically system included the part payment, and system not included the full payment because already we blocked. And after that, we have make the payment. Okay, and accordingly the file will be sent to the bank, and supplier is going to get the payment, and balance is also it is adjusted. So it can be one interview questions. Thank you very much who asked this question, so that I explained this one in detail with one scenario like this. If you have any scenario, please send me, or you can add in the comments. Definitely I will create a scenario, and I will add one video, so it is going to answer your query as well as it is going to help others. See you soon with another topic. Bye.